welcome to our baby registry event. We are talking newborn sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Newborn sleep is such an awesome category.
Yeah.
I know there's just so many options.
There are so many
I
options.
can't wait to get into everything. Today we're going to be going through we're going to talk about just setting up your safe sleep environment.
Yes.
What to have in your nursery. We're going to talk about bassinet comparison.
Yeah, we have a lot to compare, which is good.
Yes. And then we're also going to do a monitor comparison.
Yes, you guys had a lot of questions about monitors, about sleep. So thank you guys so much again for putting in all of your questions, which is awesome. And yeah, so I am Nicole. I was going to say, I guess we should introduce ourselves every time. I am Nicole, our social media specialist here at Snuggle Bugz, with Melissa, our marketing director. We have been with you guys all week long and this week as well. So we have been loving not only all of your comments and all of your feedback on these lives, but we've just been loving doing them, I would say, right?
Fun.
It has been
Honestly,
fun.
We've been getting so many great questions from everyone. So we are going to be watching questions. You see me on my phone, it's because I'm watching the questions come in. So feel free to ask away, and we're going to try to get to everything. And thanks to everyone who sent in questions in advance.
Yes.
They've been awesome.
They have been.
But in support of our registry event, so we do have extra perks right now. Check them out on our website or on our Instagram stories or in store. But best of all, if you're local to a local Snuggle Bugz store, book an appointment to build a registry in store. They have such an amazing experience. If you want a little hand holding and building your and I are doing, this is the next step.
Come into store for sure. I know we have the whole scanning system set up, and like you can touch and feel all the products. Like as much as we are trying to give you the lowdown on everything for anybody that isn't close to a store, I would definitely recommend coming into your local Snuggle Bugz store because it is a whole experience on its own.
We're actually filming in Nestled today. So Nestled is our sister store, which is attached to our Burlington and Coquitlam, BC locations. Nestled is where you go for all of your cribs, dressers, gliders, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. It's also so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. We're always like, okay, so we'll film in Nestled?
So definitely, if you are in Burlington, take advantage, or Coquitlam as well. And then if you are not local to a store and you just want to get all the information for baby registry or just any products that we have here at Snuggle Bugz, check out our YouTube. We post a new YouTube video every single week, which is awesome. We've been working so hard to get our YouTube up and running weekly, which is great. So we'll do long form reviews, comparisons, even baby monitor reviews, which we'll shout out again. We also have our Instagram. We're saving everything on our highlights, our 1-minute demos. We have how-tos on our TikTok and our Instagram and YouTube shorts. And then our one and only Learning Center, which is like the Snuggle Bugz blog. We have every single article that you could think of. Anything that you write in Google, we will have a Learning Center article on.
To cover all the bases.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we get right into it?
Yeah, love it.
So.
Nope, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so many of we've kind of been kicking off in a similar way, but so many of our moms and our followers are first-time moms.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily always have friends and family members who have walked this path before you. And we totally get that it can be so super overwhelming.
Absolutely.
I did have access to so many resources, and I still agonized over every decision about what to put on my registry.
Yeah.
So our whole, what we're trying to do here is, this is in support of a registry event so that you can kind of pick and choose what you want to add to your registry, but also it's just to help you navigate sleep.
Yep.
And we're going to kick off by talking to you about setting up a safe sleep environment for baby.
Yes.
And kind of what your key sleep things are to have in your nursery.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's talk safe sleep first.
Let's talk safe sleep. So I guess full disclosure, we are not sleep experts in terms of like sleep consultants. We do have some amazing resources and pages that you guys definitely can follow, and we'll shout them out and then I'll post them on stories afterwards, kind of like our other lives before. But we did pull some things about safe sleep. So Health Canada and Public Health Agency of Canada recommend room sharing for the first 6 months of baby's life. So that's when they are in the room with you, right beside your bed, creating that safe environment. And then whether that's a crib, a cradle, or a bassinet, they should be within arm's reach. So we are going to talk about a bunch of, or a play yard, yes, or a play yard. So we are going to talk about a bunch of those next, and all of those can be at bedside, which is great as well. You might hear us, especially during Safe Sleep Month, which is October, you'll hear us talk about the ABCs of sleep. So alone, on their back, in a crib or bassinet. So we don't want anything else in the crib except for your little one and their sleep sack, essentially, or their swaddle.
No like sleep, no toys, no blankets. You can have a pacifier.
But if there's anything kind of hanging over, no pillows, like no added anything. Bumpers. They really just need kind of like that clean slate of sleep. And then, place baby on their back, no blankets or toys. And we really just want to create the safest sleep environment for them. So let's talk a little bit about swaddles, sleep sacks.
Yes. Okay, so here, I'm going to give you the phone for a sec so you can follow along. So basically, in terms of like creating your great environment for babe, we always talk about Bibs Fasties because, to be honest, we're biased. We love Bibs Fasties.
Absolutely.
I've literally bought at least 50 of them.
Yes.
Throughout my journey. But that being said, different babies prefer different pacifiers.
Yes.
So some babes love the Medela, the Abbott one, the Friggs ones I know are super beautiful.
Super popular.
You've got lots of options in terms of pacifiers, but that is something that you can have in your crib.
Yeah.
And then I will show you, this is my favorite, favorite newborn sleep product. So this is the Ergo Pouch Cocoon Swaddle. I love it because it actually has these snaps. So when baby is first born, you want to keep them swaddled for sleeping, which means their arms are kind of tucked in here. And that's to help with their startle reflex, that they're not waking in the night, flailing around. It also keeps them nice and snug, and it kind of gives them that cozy feel as if they're still in the room. And when baby grows a bit, you can actually, and they're ready for their arms to come out, you can actually just open the arms of the sleeper and they can easily be accessed.
Yeah.
I will say with my first, I had a Velcro sleep sack swaddle and it was so loud and I could never get it tight enough. And in the night we'd be having to adjust it and it's like you're trying to get baby to sleep and it's like, So this is why I love the Ergo Pouch option because it's just got these super quiet snaps that are just one and done.
Yeah.
And it's just a really nice material, nice, stretchy. So that's a really great option.
And it's like a whole transition. I love the transitions when it's like you can start at newborn and then get their little arms out. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then once baby is a little bit older, if you're skipping the sleep sack, the swaddle stage altogether, you can actually move into just a really nice sleep sack. So the reason we always talk about sleep sacks is because this is your solution to not having a blanket in bed with baby.
Definitely.
So it's a wearable blanket that is designed to keep material away and off their face. It keeps their arms clear, but it also gives them a little bit of warmth.
Cozy, definitely.
We love these Pip and Fee ones because they're bamboo on the inside and out, and they're just super beautiful.
Yeah, and a lot of them temperature regulated, so like they'll keep baby warm when they're cool or keep them cool when they're warm, stuff like that, which is great.
They're just so
nice. Luxurious. I know.
And then you'll also want to have baby in a nice little sleeper. So you want it to be not too tight, but you want it to be nice and fitted. You don't want loose pajamas. Like you're not putting your baby in a nightgown. So you
no robes.
No robes. So you want to just have everything kind of be contained. And those are kind of your key things. And then we'll also move into, you're going to want to have a sound machine. So somebody asked a great question in the comments about whether or not a sound machine would actually negatively impact baby's sleep. I mean, my understanding through all the research that I've done is no. They can easily also transition out of the sound machine when they're older. It doesn't create a lifelong crutch. So for us, having the sound machine was such a game changer. It just creates that nice lull, that consistent sound environment. If you've got other kids or like loud house going on while baby's trying to sleep, it just helps to kind of streamline all of that noise. And also helps to really set the tone for bedtime.
Definitely.
Like when I turn on the sound machine and my toddler is 1.5, so when I turn on the sound machine, he immediately reaches for his pacifier
nice.
and snuggles into my arms because he knows bedtime is
near. Yeah.
And that helps for
Love
us
that.
to transition.
Yeah.
The other thing that's nice to have in your nursery is a humidifier.
Yes.
So you 100% want a humidifier going if baby is sleeping. This is a really nice one by Safety First. Just helps to go with the overall aesthetic. But the other thing is, you know, if you have a really dry environment in the winter and stuff, you might want to just have the humidifier running on low always.
Absolutely.
So that's an option as well.
We also got a question earlier today about like dim lighting. Like, what should you have dim lighting? Will that help baby go to sleep? Or do you want blackout?
So generally, you want to have blackout for baby sleep. It helps them to identify that, like, okay, this is my time for sleep.
Definitely.
So, you can get blackout curtains on any of the windows.
Yeah.
We also, you know, what we, if you're in a short-term environment or like you don't want to get full-on blackout curtains, we've got these. Are they?
Oh, grow.
Yeah, the grow blind.
Yes.
And it's like it suctions to the window. I actually put them up on my preschooler's room because he got
amazing.
He got old enough that he was opening his blinds as part of his bedtime
morning
refusal. So I stuck a grow blind on his window, and it just created that blackout environment. So even if he was opening things.
They're amazing. They come in like a pack of two. You literally suction them to your window.
Yeah, that's a great
and they're just easy on and off. Yeah.
And then in terms of having a nightlight and stuff, you really, like, it's not recommended to have a nightlight until your child is more in like the 2 to 3, when they start maybe getting a little, if they get a little bit scared at night.
For sure. Understanding that whole,
they're uncomfortable in the dark, but really when they're infants and when they're babies, you want to try to create as dark of an environment in their room as possible.
Definitely.
So personally, I don't recommend having a light.
Yeah.
That being said, no one's going to jail for having a nightlight on them.
No, it's what works. Yeah, what works with you and your little one.
Okay, so that is the primary things. Another question that came in was about taking their arms out of their swaddle.
Yes.
So out of their sleep sack swaddle. So this is really, it's dependent on your child. So you're going to take your arms out when they start rolling over or pushing up and or sitting up. Like sitting up is, you're already too far down the path. But once they're starting to roll over, then you'll take their arms out. So, you know, for my oldest, that was actually around like the 4 or 5 month mark. We took one arm out at a time. I trialed it during nap time. But my youngest, he actually rolled over. He was like 2 months old, and I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this. He wasn't a consistent roller, but he did it twice. So I was like, you know, obviously this is a thing now. So then we just had to take his arms fully out, both at the same time right away, and really prepare for a bit of an adjustment. But it's not a game changer.
No,
it can be scary, but you'll get over it. Don't worry. Yes. Okay, amazing.
Amazing.
Let's see.
Trade off.
So let's go into our bassinet comparison.
Yes, definitely. So like we said, we have a few bassinets to talk about. A lot of them have some amazing similarities. Some of them are different. So let's get right into them. Again, these are like your first stages. You can also, like we mentioned, have a play yard. I know some parents will want to have a play yard that they can utilize. It really is what suits your family and your family's needs the best. Do you want one that rolls? Do you want one that you can have in every single room? Like, do you want one? Do you want to have there are even cribs that kind of are like an 8-in-1. So you start with like a little bassinet and then it will grow into that toddler bed for your little one. So all the things, there's lots.
There's lots of options. We're chatting about bassinets today.
Yes.
But we were even talking earlier about some people using their Vista bassinets.
Yep, that too.
As a bedside bassinet. So there really is, and people use their play yard as well. So it really is choose what works best for your family. Yeah,
these are definitely just some of the top ones that we wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna get started on the 4Moms Mama-Roo Sleep Bassinet. Really, really popular for those first stages of baby. If you guys have heard of the Snoo, it is very similar to that. So first things first, you have this amazing ventilation on the side, which we were talking isn't only good for that airflow, but just so that you can peek on baby and always make sure that you can see them and they're like at eye level really, and you know what they're up to. You have a mattress here, and it also comes with this sheet as well, like the little crib sheet. We were also talking all of these mattresses are nice, but they're not going to be your plush thick ones because that's not what the first stages of baby is all about, right?
Baby is supposed to be on a firm mattress.
Exactly.
A hard mattress.
Yeah.
So you're getting a little bit of a cushion. But
yeah.
This isn't your.
No, the the Nook. Yeah. Another cool thing, so when you plug this in, you have 5 different speeds and 5 different sounds, which is awesome. So it'll start moving. If your little one really likes the kangaroo, like more of like a bouncing motion or like a wave, you have all these different sounds, which is great too. So you can have lullabies or just like nature noises. The best thing is that you can actually connect this to the 4Mums app. So if you have the baby swing or the bassinet, you can connect it to your app and you can control all of this through the app, which is an amazing feature. And I know what we were talking about, if your little one is getting to that point where you want to see if they can soothe themselves, you can kind of just get on your app, put on kangaroo and see if that'll kind of soothe them back to sleep, which was really great.
Then you don't need to enter the room.
Absolutely.
And it helps because, you know, one of the early things you want to establish with baby sleep is their ability to go to sleep independently.
Yeah.
So this really helps you to kind of give them a little bit of a tool.
Yes.
And also stay out of the way.
Yeah. It's really easy to build. There's no tools needed. And it has this really convenient storage at the bottom as well for all things baby, little diapers. Like you can just have like this is their little realm, which is great too, right?
Absolutely.
So that's basically the 4Mums.
Somebody asked a really great question, which I'll answer here. So somebody asked about how often you need to reposition baby to prevent flat head.
Yep.
So what I've kind of been told, and is my experience, is daily or anytime that you're, you know, changing baby's sleep, so from one nap to the next, you can put baby's head at one side, at one end for one sleep, and then you're going to switch baby to the other end for the other sleep. Because baby does have a tendency, especially if they're bedside beside mom, they do this really cute thing where they scooch over and they put their face right up to the mesh and their whole body is out here because they want to be as close to mom as possible.
That's
and it's
so
adorable.
sweet.
So if you are switching baby from side to side, that just ensures that their head is constantly being tilted the other way.
Yeah.
Actually, I was talking to a girlfriend this weekend, and this is a relevant story. She was talking about her baby was developing flat head, and she said that was how she actually realized that it was happening because despite the fact that she was putting baby from side to side, baby wasn't turning the one way, so that was kind of an early indicator that actually baby was was developing a bit of a flat head on one side.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah, a little tip.
Good little tip, yeah.
Another thing that somebody asked was about how to protect baby's head in the crib if they're kind of bumping up against it.
Yeah.
I'm going to argue you don't really need to worry about this.
Yeah.
Baby will bump their head a few times at the edge of their crib as they're shuffling around, but they will eventually realize, like, oh, I've just bumped my head on the edge of my crib. They will stop doing that generally. Yeah. I mean, I have heard of extreme cases where kids like to get attention. They're really
going for it
on that side of that crib, but generally, it's not something that you need to worry about unless you get to that point.
I think that is the nice part about the bassinets that we're talking about is like they all have this mesh. It's a little bit softer, like,
Sure. Okay, so let's come on over here and let's talk about the Halo Premier Bassinet. So this was actually the bassinet that we had in my house. I love it because it has some of these great components. Again, you've got your very light amber lighting that can either go to the bottom or to the top. So when we're talking about like really creating that environment, like when baby wakes up in the night, you're trying to, especially early on, you're trying to help them establish like what's night and what's day.
Definitely.
So if you do need lighting to help soothe them or to find their soother or to check their diaper, it's nice to have a very low light like this. You don't want to be blazing on all the lights in your room or in their room because it just, that wakes them up even further. Yeah. So these lights are an excellent feature. You've also got your vibrations, you've got your sounds, you've got your movement. This actually has a newborn insert, like a little extra tuck-in here. Yeah, it's so nice. Really nice. And then when baby's a little bit older, you're just going to take this out and go to the standard flat crib, which is excellent as well. One of the things that we really like about this Halo bassinet is that the legs are actually different than what you see with the 4Moms or this Maxi Cozy. Yeah. Because of the style of the legs, you can actually tuck it underneath your bed And that makes you have a lot, just a much smaller profile. You can use this when you only have 32 inches of clearance beside your bed.
Yeah.
And my favorite element of this was actually the
love.
swivel.
I know. It's so
at night, it's like if I want to create a bit of distance with baby and have them be a little bit more independent by having like 10 inches more of independence, you push it away. But
a little breather.
If you need to check on them, you're going to bring it closer.
Yeah.
This can actually go up also super high, so you're getting a lot of levels of height adjustment.
Yeah,
that's
love.
high.
I know.
That's very high.
No matter what size your bed is,
if
you got the
bunk.
yeah.
Yeah. So
no, it's so
just
nice.
some really great features with the halo.
Yeah, love. It's definitely a friend favorite.
Let's chat Maxi Cozy.
Yes, so this is the Maxi Cozy Eora Bassinet. I would say it's probably the newest one out of all the ones that we're talking about. It is so beautiful. I mean, aesthetically, it's really beautiful, but you also have, let me move this up. You also have 4 different height positions as well. And we have heard of some people doing like a little angle if you have like a reflex baby, just to create a little bit of an angle there, but really nice height adjustments. You also can kind of slide it forward and backward, which is great as well. So again, if you want to create that closer to the bed moments as well, you can kind of slide it back and forth. And it has a really nice mattress here as well. Again, not plush, but necessary for baby. You'll see on all of these, you're gonna get that incredible mesh, which is really nice. It's super soft and really breathable as well. And you have the storage basket as well. And this storage basket, and teared it down, and it is a really compact. You can travel with this, which is great as well. So you can have that space for baby no matter where you are, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here's another bassinet that we love. This is the Skip Hop Cozy Up 2-in-1.
Yeah.
There are so many things that I love. So the first 2 bassinets that we looked at kind of have like electrical or battery components. The Maxi Cozy, the Skip Hop, and the Baby Bjorn are more like your basic bassinet.
Definitely.
Don't let that confuse you that they're not still great.
No, they are.
And it really is a choose your own adventure situation. So
yeah.
The nice thing about this Skip Hop, you can see I'm wheeling it around.
So nice.
So if you're living in a bungalow and you want to take baby from your room to the living room, to, like if you want to be moving your bassinet a lot, this is a really great option. You can obviously lock off the wheels when you're not in motion, but it's super easy to do. I'm gonna unlock those. And then the other thing that we love about this bassinet is it's actually got this this door that you can pull down. So it's a 2-in-1, meaning it's a bassinet and a bedside sleeper.
Yeah.
This little side panel that you can pull down is nice because you don't want to have something that is actually going, you know, a full
to the
bottom.
bottom.
So that baby could actually roll out of the bassinet. But if in the night baby is awake and you want to kind of stay in bed and just reach an arm in, this is a nice way to do it.
Definitely.
A bunch of us have experienced that, like awkward when you're trying to reach over the top of the bassinet, and this really solves that, where you can kind of just have a hand in
for sure.
baby while kind of staying semi-asleep.
Yeah.
They've also got just, again, a really nice mattress with a sheet. Somebody asked about sheets. Most of these either come with the sheet or they have sheets available that you can purchase. I remember with my Halo bassinet, I bought, you know, an extra waterproof mattress pad and a couple sheets just so that we always had a bunch on the go. But generally, you can get sheets, extra sheets for these.
I think this one's waterproof. This one's water resistant, and then like you said, you can always get those toppers or other sheets.
So this is a really great. It's also nice and lightweight. It's
super lightweight.
8-position height adjustable.
Yeah.
So you're getting a lot of versatility there. The last bassinet that we're going to chat about today is this Baby Bjorn cradle.
Yeah.
So this one is so beautiful, and if you're just looking for a very a basic, beautiful aesthetic.
Yeah, low profile.
Yeah, we love this Baby Bjorn one. It's got, again, your mesh paneling, really nice mattress on the inside. No electrical components, but it's got this really nice, just kind of natural movement.
Yeah, it's kind of like their bouncer.
Yeah, it's just a little like baby can kind of, if they're moving, you just get like that natural kind of motion, or you can even, I'll come around front so you can see, you can just like lightly tap it with your foot and baby can get a little bit of motion there.
Yeah.
So we really love the Baby Bjorn just because it's the smallest profile one
that too.
We have. So you're generally going to be keeping baby in a bassinet until it's recommended until 6 months. I think I did it until like 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, a great alternative.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the questions that we got was about how long to keep your baby in the bassinet and how to transition
into a crib. Yeah.
So transitioning to the crib, a great piece of advice that I received was to actually start trying a nap in the crib. So just start with having, 1 nap a day. We're going to do first, whatever nap is typically the best one, where baby gets a really good sleep.
Yeah.
Try that nap first. Put baby in the crib to nap, create that nice, quiet, dark environment for them. Try to have consistency. So I remember I would be like running my sound machine from my room to the baby's room, and just trying to really create as much consistency in that environment as possible.
Definitely.
And then once you get 1 nap in, then it's like move to 2 naps, and then move to 3 naps. And then you'll inevitably, what ended up happening to me is I got in, baby was napping late enough at, like the last nap was kind of like, oh, it happened late, and it's like, are they going to bed? Is this a nap? And then it was an oopsie, I guess he slept in here for part of the night, but it worked out really well. So, there's the accounts that we've recommended. So there's a few really great accounts. There's Good Night Sleep Site. They've got a great Instagram, and that's a local sleep consultant, Alana. She's amazing. Yeah. We Sleep is another great sleep consultant. Taking care of babies. I've raved about them so many times throughout this series because she's so great at all children's sleep. Yeah. She's got so much great advice. Totally recommend you follow that Instagram account throughout even your pregnancy.
Definitely.
When baby came, I felt totally born sleep because of that account. Yeah. But yeah, hope that answers your question about transitioning to the crib.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
I was going to say, so that's kind of our bassinet comparisons here, and we are going to get into baby monitors. Yes. Because there's a lot of great ones. I know sometimes we talk about 1 or 2, but we are going to share 4 different baby monitors for today. So let's get into some of them. So again, baby monitors have become this thing that are incredible for parents and caregivers' peace of mind. I mean, it really is nice to have now this device that can track their sleep and give you these stats and all that stuff. So we're going to show you kind of the highest bells and whistles monitors, and then some that maybe don't have all the bells and whistles, but they are still incredible with their quality and what they offer. So we talk about it a lot, and we've even have a YouTube video on the Nanit, but this is the Nanit Pro with the stand, like the floor stand. Yep. You can also get this one mounted on the wall, and you can get a flex stand, which I consider more of like a travel, or like just something that you can kind of have on top of a dresser. Absolutely love the Nanit. One of the things that we always rave about is it's like in-app connectivity. So you connect it through Wi-Fi. It has this bird's eye view of the crib, so you're getting a really amazing angle of your little. As you can see, this comes really high when you set up the wall, like the one that's on the wall. The picture quality is amazing, but you can also just get all of these stats in the app. So you get a year, the first year.
Get 1 year free of their sleep analytics, which are so valuable.
So valuable.
In terms of they keep your history for longer, they give you recommendations, they'll analyze your child's sleep patterns and give you suggestions. It's truly amazing.
Yeah. And then something else that comes with every monitor, and the ones that we sell at Snuggle Bugz, is the sleep band. So we actually have some extra sleep accessories here. We have the sleep sack and we have the sleeper. But essentially, when you purchase a Nanit or like a Nanit Pro, you'll just get this band, and there's no like
there's no wires.
There's no wires, there's no battery, it's literally just the fabric. And then give you all of these stats about baby's breathing and what they're doing in the night.
They'll also give you alerts. So if you're feeling like you might be a bit of an anxious parent, which is totally natural. I know so many people love getting the Nanit and the breathing wear so that they can be alerted.
Right.
If there's a dip in oxygen levels or heart rate.
Yeah, those first few months, for sure. I know sometimes they can be a little bit worried. I would be. I like already know I'm going to be getting another Nanit camera, but then you can have both of those within the app as well. Yeah, you have all those recordings. It really is, like I mentioned before, all of the bells and whistles into one monitor for sure.
Totally. It's the in-app experience really drives it.
Yeah.
The one thing that the Nanit doesn't have that some of the other ones we're chatting about today have is the handheld.
Yes.
So a lot of people will use
You have to get the app.
You have to get the app. A lot of people will use, their cell phone, or they'll
iPad,
use an iPad.
tablet.
They'll dedicate an old iPad to using it as their baby monitor. So you've got lots of options there.
Yeah. Amazing.
Let's
so that is the Nanit. Yeah, next up.
Yeah, there's another one that offers a lot of breathing wear, or a breathing wear option as well. That's another great one for, I keep saying anxious parents, but it's just like,
peace of mind, definitely.
Have peace of mind about baby sleep. So the Owlet is very similar, I would say, to the Nanit. So that's what the monitor itself looks like. We've got it in this box. Can't take it out.
Yeah.
But
what we can take out.
The nice thing about the Owlet is it actually comes with this breathing sock.
Yeah.
So in that case, you're just going to put the sock around baby's heel. Nicole's going to show you there.
So there's two. So you have stage 1, which is like, oh my God, look at how tiny this is. You have stage 1 and then stage 2 when they get a little bit older and their feet grow. But yeah, you're basically wrapping the sock around their foot like so.
Yeah, just like this.
And then this is like the hub to all of that information, right?
This is where the analytics are passed through. So
yeah.
Again, this is the monitor that you're going to use with the app. It's going to track, it's going to give you these notifications if, baby's oxygen levels dip, if their heart rate changes, if there's movement.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the in-app experience and the overall monitor experience,
you're
typically always going to have two-way audio. It's video quality. You're getting high definition nighttime video. You're getting a little night light, so you can have a little bit of another friend fave.
Definitely, it is.
And then we've got two monitors that...
Yes. So this is the Hubble Nursery Pal Cloud Twin. So you actually get the 2 cameras, which is awesome. So both of these, you can get a 1 camera or a 2 camera. We thought it would be fun to compare these ones with the 2 camera. And both these come with that, what is it, like console?
It's like
Nah, it's escaping me. The screen, the center screen.
What's it called?
I know,
the parent console.
Yes, the parent console. That's a good word, kind of.
Yeah.
Monitor? This is the monitor.
So.
Anyways, so this comes with 2 cameras, which is amazing, and you have your center console or whatever. That's what we're going to call it for right now, the parent console. But it's cool because you can connect to Wi-Fi, but you can also use the radio, like the radio, like a walkie-talkie kind of thing, just like a distance.
It can be used as a Wi-Fi monitor and a non-Wi-Fi monitor. So if you go to a cottage or you're camping and you don't have access to Wi-Fi, you can still use this monitor as long as you have access to power.
Yeah.
Which is really great. I mean, we actually used something like this at the cottage this weekend with friends of ours because we didn't have Wi-Fi. And I was like, oh my goodness, how are we going to do the monitor? And I was like, we're just going to switch to the non-Wi-Fi mode, and we still have access to watching baby, which is amazing.
No, definitely. And you can get the app, which is awesome too. So again, you're still getting all that information and you still have all that connectivity. You can record stuff, which is great, track progression. Same kind of camera quality, like incredible, like HD, 1080p, all that stuff.
To be honest, I will say the Nanit
the quality is top. Yeah, definitely. But another great option, if you're not looking for all of the bells and whistles, but still want some growth tracking or just kind of like recordings and stuff like that. It also has 7 colors of night lights, which I thought was a fun little feature.
It is a fun little feature.
Right?
This is the VTech, so we have in my house.
Yeah.
So you guys know I love talking about the products that I personally own. Some things that I love about this are, again, this is another Wi-Fi monitor. The monitors that we're chatting about today are Wi-Fi monitors. And the thing that I loved about it was, at the time, it was one of the only monitors that I could have an app for, as well as the actual parent console unit.
Yeah,
and
it was nice to have that separation. phone.
I needed to be on my phone a little less.
Yeah.
So this is another double. It also comes with a single camera mode. In my case, I bought the single camera mode, and then I ended up buying another camera. And within the app itself, I can easily monitor both children.
Yeah.
You're getting a 5-inch LCD screen. You're getting a very wide-angle lens that you can kind of pan with. It also, you can see that these are yellow. They're actually, this is just showing it in nightlight mode, but I have mine off, so it otherwise is just white. But it is nice to have that nightlight functionality. You've got your two-way audio. It also, one of the things that I loved about this when I used it on the weekend is it had motion detection. Normally, I actually had this feature turned off. But over the weekend, we were staying in a friend's trailer at the cottage, and I was telling Nicole that my preschooler, he was like wanting to get out of the trailer. So it was so handy. I turned on motion detection immediately, and we had the music going, so I couldn't hear much. So luckily I had the motion detection on. I felt a buzz in my pocket.
You knew.
And I checked, and I was like, motion, and I watched him getting out of bed and going to exit the trailer, and I went in and I was like, absolutely not. We are staying in here. But it was so helpful to just have that option available. Yeah. They've also got the screen capture and screen record, so but it doesn't have the wearable stuff. So it's really what you're most comfortable with and what solution works best for you. But at the end of the day, these are all
amazing.
I'm gonna scroll
through. Do we have any other questions?
Some people have asked about different types of monitors. So yes, you can get a non-Wi-Fi monitor. We definitely sell a bunch of options. You could also get an audio-only monitor.
No camera.
Yeah, some people don't really need the camera, or if you're getting a secondary monitor for an older child. And you don't really need to watch them. That's a great alternative for that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. Great.
I think
we're caught up on questions. I think.
Oh, perfect.
Sorry how sensitive is the motion detection? Great question. You can set the sensitivity, so it can be like high, medium, low, or high, low. It's so you've got options in there. I know I initially set it to low sensitivity because I was like, I don't need a.
If he rolls or
Although in the early days you might want to know.
Right, for sure.
But then once they get to like 6 months old, 8 months old,
yours was
constantly moving.
Yours was a moment of like exiting the premises.
Amazing. Okay, so I think
that covers almost everything.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We do, of course, have a giveaway. So we've been doing giveaways all last week and this week. So we are giving away a Nanit, which is super exciting. Again, we love Nanit for so many reasons, and it's like a bundle. So it's the Nanit Pro Baby Monitor and the 4Mums Mummaroo, which is awesome. So you get your whole newborn sleep setting, which is great as well. So congratulations, drum roll please. Genevieve Asulo, did I pronounce it? Asuelo. You have won the Nanit Pro and 4Mums Mummaroo. We are so excited. What a good bundle. Yes. Both Nanit Pro and the 4Mums. Like that
you're a lucky winner.
If that's a sleep bundle, I don't know what is, right? So thank you so much, everybody. Again, we have lives tomorrow and Wednesday. Tomorrow we will be kicking off developmental toys, which is super exciting. And then on Wednesday, one of our amazing store advisors, Carrie, and I will be talking all things baby wearing.
Let's end on a question.
Sure.
Because somebody asked about how long babies should be awake for. This is one of the questions that came in advance, how long they should be awake for, and if there's any rhyme or reason to having a long nap and then a short nap. And so the biggest thing I will tell you to look up if you're expecting your first baby, look up wake windows, okay? Because those will change your life. When you know how long your baby's wake window should be based on their age, it will help you manage their sleep so much better. When a baby is first born, did you know that they're only supposed to be awake for like 35 to 50 minutes?
And really? And then you put them down.
Going back into nap.
Wow.
But it's like so many challenges of those newborn days stem from sleep and baby being overtired, and then you getting into the cycle of overtiredness. So learn about wake windows. And I'm not going to say it's going to change your life, but it might. It might.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
We appreciate the opportunity to instill confidence. We hope that we have done that for you.
Definitely.
And we hope that this has been super informative.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.